Hi everyone, happy Friday and welcome back to Livity's Daily Life series throughout January 2024. I'm happy to have you here again, or even if you watch it from the replay. Today, we are going to get a lot more practical, less theoretical, and we are going to create your personal stress management toolkit. So that builds upon all the previous sessions throughout the week. If you have missed any of those, I highly recommend that you go back to them and watch them because you will gain a wealth of knowledge around stress. To just recap very quickly, I started by explaining what is stress, its evolution. I shared quite some data around stress linked to leadership and how it really impacts our society. Then the stress connection and how it affects our brain, which is a very exciting topic as well. And then I linked it all into emotional intelligence and talked quite a lot about throughout two sessions what is emotional intelligence, how it is so incredibly important, even though it's a fairly new science. I explained the four core competencies in a nutshell, at least, and went through five key strategies that intelligent leaders use to navigate stress. So today we are going to get practical, as I promised. And before I start with that, let me just quickly introduce myself for those of you who may not know me yet. My name is Silvia Vitos. I'm a leadership well-being coach and consultant and founder of Livity. I work with senior leaders and corporate executives, helping them find that balance inside out, always through the lens of leadership across four key pillars, which are mindset for the way how we think and develop ourselves, health set for the physical well-being, heart set all around emotional intelligence, and soul set primarily about relationship to self, others, and to a higher energy. So that's about me quickly. And coming back to that stress management toolkit. So if you have seen my second live session this week, which was Tuesday, about the way how stress impacts our brain function, then you will recall that when we are stressed out, when we are in this high beta frequency and functioning from that level of pressure, then it's just not the time to think clearly. It's not the time to focus. It's not the time to be creative, come up with brilliant ideas, solutions for challenges or problems, because we cannot really think clearly when we are stressed out. I'm sure you too can relate to that from your own personal life and everyday examples. So, this is why at times when we are actually in a more neutral or relaxed and happier state of being, is really the time to utilize and prepare for those times when that stress level may hit us, so that we can respond better, so that we can overcome faster and sooner those stressful situations. And one very, very powerful way of doing that, and I pretty much go through this exercise with all of my individual clients as well, so that's my gift to you for this week, is to create your personal stress management toolkit. So, what is that about? Now, have something to write on and a pen and paper, because you will get plenty of ideas what to prepare for yourself for that toolbox. And if you want, you can also create some nice looking physical box and fill it with a couple of things, or you just create even a virtual box or an online list of things that you know where to find, because that's all that important. When you are stressed out, you cannot really think of things that will help you get out of that state. When you are prepared for that and you know where to look for the list, it will help you, prompt you what is it that you can do being in that situation so that you can overcome that so much more quicker and easier. So here are the list of ideas for you into your toolkit. If you practice any kind of journaling, ideally with handwriting, which is a very, very powerful way of reflection, then keep that journal book close to you so that you can grab it anytime and write down whatever is going on in your life. Because taking it out of your head and just putting it down on paper will have a very powerful effect, which we oftentimes underestimate. If you do not practice any journaling as such yet, I just would like to invite you to consider it, maybe try it out for something small. You can start with a small gratitude exercise, put down 3 things that you are really grateful for, and see how it positively impacts your day or your just coming hours after that, even. So keep your journal notebook close to you and have it handy whenever you may want to write down not even just thoughts, emotions, beliefs, whatever may bubble up, but even ideas and creative things that you would like to use it for. Now, another powerful way to consider for your personal toolbox is a picture, an image, something maybe together with your loved ones out on vacation or maybe from Christmas time, or something that really just brings that warmth and soothing feelings that just reminds you also what is truly important in life. So having that image either on your desk or just as a easily available image on your mobile phone or on your computer can be a very powerful way of just reminding yourself on that aspect and put yourself back into that event for a moment so that you can feel all those joyful moments and help you calm down a lot faster and easier. Now, another one of the most powerful way of getting out of the stress response is using scents. Any kind of scent that reminds you on someone special, someone who really means a lot to you, maybe a perfume of your spouse could be an option, or something that reminds you on a very relaxing environment. It could be also lavender, has a very powerful way of just soothing your mind immediately, or any other scent that gets you into this relaxed and joyful mode. Maybe something that reminds you on a spa, as such, could be very, very powerful. Scent is one of the secret weapon actually, because the moment you smell something, it goes immediately into your brain and it triggers a lot of memories, a lot of experiences, whatever is linked to any kind of scent. It will just put you immediately back into that emotion. So try it out. Maybe you can have something close to you with that scent available, and then you can just smell into it and feel your body calming down in a matter of seconds. Another idea for your toolbox: have a playlist. Nowadays we use Spotify, YouTube, whatever. It's not about that. It's about having that playlist which really cheers you up, brings you joy, make you dance, anything that reminds you again on events where you just had a blast and you had so much fun. Put it on, listen to it. Music as well has a powerful effect in terms of stress management. And talking about moving around, any kind of activities that usually bring you joy can be extremely effective. Or, on the same note, try to take a mindful walk or try it out and see how it impacts you. And mindful walk is nothing else than going outside, taking a walk, and just connecting your senses to the present moment. See the trees or see the buildings, see what you see around you and take note of them. Smell the sense in the fresh air, whatever it is, the flowers or anything that comes through, maybe some sand being in Dubai, but just notice the scents in the air. Then feel the wind blowing on your skin and take note of that. Hear the noises or hear the birds, hear whatever is going around, maybe some construction, not very uncommon in this place. So, mindful walk is really about switching in our senses, which will help us come back into the present moment, get grounded, and therefore it will easen up, especially paired up with the movement path, which moves energy quickly. It will ease up on our stressful state of being pretty fast. And on the same note, exercise can also be very, very powerful. In fact, this is one of the most efficient way to manage anxiety and stress, just because when anxiety response is triggered in our body, our muscles actually fill up with oxygen and adrenaline. So our body is just ready to move. And if you don't move, if you don't burn this excess energy off, then your body becomes like a rocket with engines firing and there is nowhere to go. So you can imagine physically the impact of it. So when you move, get rid of this excess energy, it just brings you down into and cools you down into a back to balanced state of being, super powerful. Now, have another one, have a friend on speed dial, and that should be the friend that always makes you laugh. Do you have anyone in your environment, anyone you can recall who, whenever you speak to, that person always brings smile on your face? Have that person on speed dial. And when you need the person, just call and have a great laugh, have some great conversation, and you will see how quickly your stress response just reduces in an instant. And talking about love, be it fake or real, your brain will take note of it. So even if you fake the laugh as such, just for or by yourself, it still will be powerful because your brain will think or believe that actually that there is no such huge threat or danger. So maybe I can just cool down. Similarly, breathing, just by watching after your breathing and consciously slowing it down, and ideally exhaling even longer than how long you are inhaling, will automatically bring your nervous system back to the normal state of being. In one of the previous sessions, I was talking about the differences in the autonomic nervous system, the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, and how it's either or being switched on. The both never goes together. So when we are stressed out, it's the sympathetic nervous system being on fire, and our breathing will become very likely shallow and fast, because that's what we do when we are truly stressed out. When our life is truly under threat, then you will not really think about breathing nicely and deeply. It will be more of that quick and shallow breathing. So by consciously telling your body that actually I can breathe slowly, it gives the signal to your brain that I'm safe, I'm okay, I have the control, I've got this. And by giving that message to your brain, it will send the necessary instructions all over your body to calm down. No need for tensing the muscles, no need to further fill it with oxygen and adrenaline, because you are good to go. You don't need to run away from any perceived lion or tiger. Okay, so breathing. Also taking a shower if you are in a home environment, let's say, or in a hotel room, is very powerful if you have the chance to do that. First of all, because water is driving energy quickly. And secondly, putting the mindfulness act on top of it. So while taking the shower, hearing the noise of it, feeling the drops on your skin, just smelling the scent of the water. So switching in your senses again will ground you and will get you back into the present moment so that you are no longer really frustrated, upset, anxious, fearful, whatever it is about the past or about the future, but you are back here and now where actually there is nothing to be stressed out about if you are honest with yourself. Another practical action could be just sitting in silence, doing some meditation if you are into that practices. If not, it's also an invitation to maybe explore, because being connected to ourselves and noticing, becoming aware as fast as possible that we are going off track, and then utilizing those tools, all that we have, to then bring ourselves back down into the neutral state of being, so that our normal bodily functions such as immune system, endocrine system, digestive system, and so on and so forth, they can come back to action and do their job properly rather than being suppressed, because that's what happens when we are in a stressful situation. And what we really want to avoid is to just keep staying there 24/7, because that will really, really take a toll on us sooner or later. And we don't want to wait for the diagnosis. We don't want to wait for the disaster to happen before we actually take action. And this is what I would like to invite you to do, to think about it and take precautions rather than waiting until there is no more choice than doing something about it. So I hope that you are having now plenty of ideas to build that stress management toolkit of yours. If you did, I would love to hear about it. Feel free to share in comments or in a DM. How does your toolbox look like? What all elements you have put into your toolbox, and how will you use that when you need that the most? And if you would like to get more assistance on becoming more resilient and a leader who is actually leading by example, also on the well-being note, which by the way have an incredible ripple effect on all and every single leadership skill, be it negotiation, communication, giving feedback and receiving feedback, and all the other stuff, decision making, one of the most important, conflict management, building relationships, you name it. It will not go well and effectively unless you've got yourself under control and in check. So if you would like to get any help with that, right now I have 2 spots available for one-on-one coaching. So if you would like to explore the possibility for that, hit me up with a DM or reach out on my availabilities, and I will be more than happy to discuss that with you. On that note, I wish you a wonderful weekend. Make sure to recharge, rejuvenate, do some really fun and relaxing actions, whatever you really like and long for. And no surprise here, I will be back next week on Monday and will not yet spoil all the details about what is it that I'm coming up next week. We'll reveal it on Monday. So hope to see you there. Have a lovely weekend. Bye for now.